Hi, I'm Shimelle Laine, and I'd love to tell you a little bit more about my new class, the Scrapbook Process. It starts Monday the 2nd of May, and it goes all the way through the end of the month. And this class has a video every day, Monday to Friday, and then no new content over the weekend while there's a little bit of time with something specific to think about in any free time that you might have. Hopefully that Monday to Friday format then means that if you're somebody who needs to just have the weekend to catch up, you'll be able to watch the videos and read the PDFs on the Friday. So each day has a video and a PDF to have a written version of everything to complement it, and a few of them have worksheets and little lists and things to help you along the way. It's a natural progression from an existing class I have called Cover to Cover. Cover to Cover is a class that I developed when I really came up with an album system that made me so happy to scrapbook with the book in mind and not just creating boxes and boxes of individual layouts. And that's something, it's been a system that I've really been able to keep to the whole time, even though the way I've scrapbooked has changed, the places that I've scrapbooked have changed, insofar as where my albums are kept and things like that. So I wanted to then develop a course that kind of shared where things went from there, because of course I could have this basic system, but over time things would evolve, and the scrapbook process is that natural evolution for me. So in this course, I'm going to be looking specifically at 3 different albums, and each one has a very specific system for how I work on that particular book. One takes lots of planning, one is completely no planning, right ad hoc, just fly by the seat of your pants kind of scrapbooking. So there's every extreme here, and I'm hoping that by having these 2 extremes and then a happy medium in the middle, you'll be able to see that one, it doesn't have to always be the same process for creating an album or creating a set of pages on a theme or anything else that happens to be the way that you document. That it may be that on one day your personality suits one way of working better, and another day you need to do something else. So one day you're totally just let's do it now, completely spontaneous, and another day you need a bit of planning, you'd like a sketch, you'd like your photos already planned out, you'd like the journaling already in mind, and some days you want to be right there in the middle in between those 2, and it would be nice to find a way that lets everything there have a nice happy middle ground. So that's what I'm sharing, and I will be sharing those 3 albums. One is a travel album, and it will show you how I go from having a giant stack of photos that's ridiculously too many to scrapbook, to figuring out what stories I want to tell, and then how I want to design those pages, and then how the whole album will fit together. So one's a travel album. The second one is an event album, so it's still 12 by 12 because that's by and large how I work now, but instead of just having just random things or being something that's a big adventure like a trip, this is one specific theme that I'm working through, and I'll show you how I go from having this kind of handful of pages to everything complete and feeling that the album is something that really does tell the story. And then the third one is a normal family chronological album where I tell all the bits and pieces types of stories from every day. That one does not have this sort of overall arc where I know it has a start and a finish. It's more of those normal everyday moments where you go to your photo library and you're like, oh, well, I would never make an entire album about this, but I have these photos that will make 1 page and these photos will make 1 page, and now I have 20 different pages like that. How do I put them together to make them an album? So along the way of creating those 3 albums, you'll see various process videos, so you'll see the pages be made, but you'll also see the other steps that make up that bigger process. So you'll see how I evaluate the album as I go, how I stop and start and go, oh, well, because I did this over here, this would work really well over here. You'll see how I get out of a rut, where sometimes I go, oh, well, I've made 3 pages and they all came together really quickly, but they came together really quickly because what I did was basically the same stuff with different supplies, and now I would like to shake that off and come up with a different way to work around it. You'll also see kind of behind the scenes steps to things like, how do I figure out which photos are going to go in it, what size should they be, and where should I print them, and how do I plan the supplies to work within a budget to not just buy entirely new stuff and hopefully use some of the things that I already have on hand because I know they're taking up plenty of space, and all those other little preparation bits that can help create everything, but I don't want them to take away my creative freedom along the way either. Okay, so that's a lot of me telling you basically what's in the class, and I hope that if that's something that you would find enjoyable, you'll join us for the month of May for the Scrapbook Process. There's a link below if you want to sign up, or you can go to shimelle.com and you can find the class info there. By the way, if you're watching this after the 2nd of May, or indeed after May 2016 entirely, it is not too late. At my site, I always keep the classes available, and you can purchase anything in an archived form if the class is already finished. That means that instead of getting everything by email each day, because by the way, the videos and the PDFs come to you by email, they just are, all of the materials are already there online, and you can go log in and access them at any pace in any order that you would like. Or if you join in the middle of May, you would just get everything live from the day you join on, and you'll be able to access the things that you've missed in that archived format. And likewise, even if you've joined already and you're just waiting for the 2nd of May, the access to the classes at shimelle.com is permanent. I've made that a big priority ever since I started teaching way back in 2003, and I have all of the class materials archived so that you can just log in and access them at any time. If you want to come back to the project and years from now, I do everything within my power to make sure that you can. Okay, that's definitely enough of me talking today. I'd love to see you in class, and if you have any questions, let me know in the comments below. I'd love to see you soon. Bye-bye.